gross figures, our gross figures and our net figures have increased, at least triple. We're making triple than what we did before we started working.
I've spent a lot of money on other advertising. As far as anything else goes, I mean, I don't see near as many customers from anything else I do combined compared to the car care plan. I'd say right now America's Best is about 95% of my business.
6 months we've noticed, $45,000 to $50,000 worth of sales.
He's been here 12 years, every month from September through today. He's broke records as far as what his monthly income was prior to. He's making more money now than he ever has before. And
$900 is probably going to end up at a $1,500 job, and started out with an oil change. It's front wheel bearings. Okay, now we're charging the guy probably, we're doing both sides, so we're coming in at around $450. Parts wise, you're into it for about $100.
Started out with an oil change.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the first time he brought it in, it was just an oil change. We went through the car. Hey, we just established a relationship with the guy. We told him, hey, it was a guy, he takes pretty good care of his rig. You know what, when it started making funny noises, we were his first stop. And his only stop. He brought it into us. We found out it was the wheel bearings. We're doing it. Okay? This car over here is a blown head gasket.
Blown head gasket.
Blown head gasket. I mean, we're looking at $1,500 for this job right here. She came in, this is actually a car that she came into us after the fact. I wish she would have brought it before the fact. After she bought the car, wanted the pre-purchase inspection, but it was already too late. We were the ones that found that it had a blown head gasket. All right, she had water in the oil. I mean, it was bad, but she'd already bought it. So now we've got to redo the heads. And we all know that that's pretty labor intensive, but very parts low. You're talking about 12 and a half hours of labor. The gasket said, when it's all said and done, it's going to cost us less than $100. I mean, we love this stuff. The techs hate to work on them, but we love them to own them, right? And that's just an example of what's in here right now.
I think once the program's running and you're staffed up properly, you can easily double your car count. To be honest with you, I'm probably being very, very conservative at that. I know that when I took over my Hillsboro shop, I think we were doing somewhere in the neighborhood of about $45,000 a month. And once I got my partner out of there and got everything geared up and the cars were coming and we gained those relationships properly, we quickly shot up to $55,000 and then $60,000 before I had to add another technician. At current date, that shop runs about $75,000 on an average month. She's been up and running, 6 years now.
The last 3 months, 4 months, September, October, November, December, that was over 70% of my clientele. Now you got to remember that sounds big, but if you look at it in a different way, that almost every one of those people had used up all their free oil changes already. They were strictly coming back because they had gotten used to coming here.
In the beginning, I think we had about I'd say 200, 300 customers, and about 20 or 30 of those were just walk-ons or from different advertising things we did. Now we're looking at about, I think, 800, 900 customers coming from the oil change program, and it's just completely flooded our shop, and we love it.
We've been with America's Car Care Program 7, 8 years now. I've tried just about all advertising, and it doesn't cost me anything, so I mean it tends to sell itself.
Hi, my name is Mike Finn, and I'm the Director of Promotions. When our company promotes an auto repair facility, there are 3 important factors that we look for. We're looking for an honest repair shop that will serve with integrity, that has very, very good people communication skills. Your shop needs to have the tools, the talent, and the ability to provide a high-quality standard of service for the folks in your community. And you must have the desire and passion to grow your business and increase your customer base. If this sounds like your auto repair shop, give me a call today and let's get started. And thanks for watching.
One of our biggest customers right now, who has 3 vehicles, her father-in-law bought the coupon book, and she spends a lot of money up here getting her vehicles fixed, and she used 1 oil change coupon of her dad's, or of her father-in-law's.
Well, we had a believe it or not, a commercial account that actually purchased the books, and they purchased 4 or 5 of them, and we did all their oil changes on their vehicles. And I think that they were one of the original, 2 or 3 years ago. And I want to say that we've probably, there's jobs that we'll do that are $2,000 or $3,000 jobs, and they've probably spent close to $25,000, $30,000 with us.
Biggest job we've done, probably transmissions, probably a few head gaskets, a lot of brake jobs, a lot of AC recharges. The percentage of increase we've seen, probably 40–50%. It lets people know we're here. Then once they know we're here and after getting a few oil changes, then they notice that we're here, and then they think of us before going somewhere else.
Sold out at about 18,000 a month, something like that, and it went to 45, 50 within a month or two.
Started the program, you were about 18,000 a month, and how long did it take you to get to that 40,000, 50,000 mark?
A couple months, maybe.
Really?
A big difference.
So
now I was spending a lot of money in oil.
Right.
But I think I got my return back way more than I ever do in the Yellow Pages or anything like that.
What makes you say that?
Because I keep track of it.
Yeah.
And the Yellow Pages doesn't produce anything. And these produce a lot. And I've got customers that didn't spend a dime until just before Christmas. So they've been with me for 2 full years. And 4 or 5 of those customers have spent over $4,000 with me in the month of December alone.
I've been with America's Best almost a year. It's the only way where you can actually get customers in and track them. If you're offering somebody a good deal, they're going to go for it. The biggest one has been head gaskets on a Subaru. Ran about $2,500, $2,600, and then there's been several others that have, hit over the $1,000 mark quite frequently. So I think this week we've got at least 4 of them that are over that. It's been a year, so it's still building up. A lot of customers are just getting in for their second time, and they're starting to get comfortable with us and starting to spend money. And I'd say at least a 60% increase in customers.
The single most biggest thing I would say to make this program successful is customer service. You got to know how to talk to the customer, you got to know how to pick their car apart and how to translate that to them in something they're going to understand. Really, the customers, after about, I'd say 2 or 3 times into the shop, they come in repeatedly every 3 months or so. Now we're getting to the point where everybody that's coming in, they're really trusting us, and it's been a great deal.
Actually, we did maintenance service, brakes, exhaust. I think it was to the tune of about $1,750.
I have a few customers that, and I've only been keeping track of it for a year. Okay, I didn't keep track of it before that because I didn't have the computer to do that. But I've got one that spent probably $15,000 last year. I've got one guy alone that spent almost $5,000 in the month of December. And he never once did anything the entire 2 years that he had that card.
I had a customer that came in, first time you ever came in, we did an oil change on it. We saw a couple of safety things, front brakes need to be replaced. We do brakes, about $225, front pads, resurfacing the rotors. And there was a couple other things that we saw, but we said, the main thing was we should do the brakes. She said, go ahead and do them. She got home, she talked to her husband, she called back up, and we did $1,800 worth of work on it. First time she ever came in.
We were a struggling little shop out in Hillsboro, Oregon, and I actually had a partner in the shop at the time. The guy was a brilliant technician, but he wasn't very good with customers. And, like any other shop, if you aren't that good with customers, they're not going to come back and see you a whole lot. Towards the end of our partnership, he had thought it was a really great idea to sign on with this program. And we started the program, and as people would come in, we'd service them. And again, him being the nature that he is, it wasn't very nice to him. So he deemed it a loser program right away. I later bought him out, and we did have a contract, so we decided, well, let's keep this rolling and let's see what we can make of it. That was kind of the early stages of it. What we really started to find out was that after about the 4th or 5th visit, these people that were coming in really started to trust us and know us and get a relationship with us, and lo and behold, we were doing a whole lot more than just oil changes. We were pretty much taking care of their vehicles, everybody in their family's vehicles, and then we even got smart and wise to the idea that, hey, you can lend this to a friend of yours if you like, and so they started referring us. So, it was kind of a scary thing at first, but really we took what some people might think is a negative program and turned it into a real strong program, and now it's springboards in a lot of my operations.
And those customers have brought in friends and family, and those friends and family have brought in friends and family. So it's not just customers. I'm dealing with their friends and their family and other members, because friends would let them use their oil change. They'd come up here, they liked the service. Now we've become their shop.
Nice. So having that thing being transferable has been helpful.
Oh yeah, I highly recommend that. Yeah. One of our biggest customers right now, who has 3 vehicles, her father-in-law bought the coupon book, and she spends a lot of money up here.
I had people that used to drive me crazy and used to really get me really mad, was they'd send their best friend, their neighbor, their whatever with their car. And I'm changing oil in all these cars, and there was probably 4 or 5 customers I know that did that. It just frustrate me like crazy. Every one of those customers has spent over $2,000 with me in the last year.
We have several 3-generation families that come in. You know, grandma and grandpa and mom and dad and the kids. That's because I'm old. But yeah, so
That I guess that comes back to it helps to have that car be transferable.
absolutely, sure.
Would you recommend the program to another shop owner?
Yes, I actually have recommended it to other shops. We have a couple of shops that my dad has been in business for, he's been doing this for over 30 years, so he knows a lot of the shop owners and stuff like that. And they ask us, what kind of programs are you doing? Are you doing any advertising? And I've done it. I've done mail outs, I've done reminders, and this is the only one that you don't have to pay for up front. You don't have to pay the $69.95. You have to give an oil, 5 quarts or 6 quarts of oil away in an oil filter to a customer, but you're not paying for the program every month. You're not spending $250 or $350 a month in advertising. The customer's paying $80. They're bringing it in, and it's up to you. I mean, it's a no-brainer. If it's not working, it's because you're not working it correctly.
I'd like someone to show me a way that you can spend the money that you spend on that and get the return that you get.
All right. You don't need another form of advertising?
Another form of advertising. You show me advertising, you get a customer to come to your shop and let you lift the car up and inspect it. And they come back and back and back every single month. And you let me know which one it is, because there's not one out there. I've looked. All right. This one brings them to your door, and they beg you to lift the car up for them. So you lift it up, you look at it, you tell them what's wrong with it. 60% of them can't afford it right now. That doesn't mean they're not going to save up for it.
Because they got to have that thing running.
And they do. They might not do it all at once. Be flexible. Don't make them do the entire job at once if you can help it. There's some jobs you have to, but everybody wants to sell a $1,500, $1,800 job, $2,000 job, and I've sold off the cards jobs that were more than $2,000, and they were multiple parts in a car, and I gave them 5 estimates. These are the different things that you need to do, and their answer, they look at it and they think about it and they go, well, can you get it all done? I've had that many times.
Yeah, the program kind of makes itself. I mean, just you taking care of the customers right and letting them know, treating them right. They tend to remember you. They like the way you treat them. I mean, that's what makes the program successful. Customers start spending. We've seen it sometimes first time in, depending on what's wrong with their car. Sometimes it takes a few visits, and it just kind of depends on the car itself. If something breaks, then they automatically think of us. I've had some people, they've had the program and bring it in right off the bat and get a repair done. I've had people come in, 3, 4 oil changes, but usually by the time they get 2, 3, 4 oil changes done, they know we're here and they start thinking about using the coupons and coming and seeing us.
Fullest swing point of this program, we were pumping about 16 to 18 cars a day. Mind you, this was 2 technicians and myself at the counter. That'll make you sweat a little bit. So you have to add on and you have to build on the program. So you definitely have to work with it. I'd say be prepared. A lot of skeptics, they'll call me and ask me about my experiences and is it good, bad, or indifferent. It can be the greatest thing that you'll do for your shop, and I say that because it absolutely provides the results. You will 100% get people in your doors, more people than you may be prepared for. And if you can take wonderful care of them, they're going to reward you for it. I'd say stay optimistic and understand that this is your opportunity. Nobody ever promised that they were going to come in and spend, $1,500 on their first visit. This is your opportunity to get them to know you, to get them to have a relationship with you. Many times we make a point not to tell them when they come in for their first oil change, hey, you need this and that and the other thing. You don't want to hand anybody a laundry list. I think they might even expect that a little bit. And when you come back and say, hey, your car looks pretty good, even if they do have something that needs to be done, well, you be real soft with it. Be real easy with them.
Well, would you recommend the program to another shop?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
absolutely.
And,
as long as they're not too close to me.
And what's just in a couple of sentences, the main reason you would tell another owner, hey, you need to do this program because?
Because it brings customers in your door. And because it gives you the access to increase your revenue stream. And it does the one thing we all are searching for. And when you decide to put your name in the phone book, why do you do it? You do it because you're trying to bring people in your door. If you do a radio ad, why are you doing it? Because you're trying to go out there and reach people. We're like I said, in kind of more of a neighborhood setting here, and you would be amazed on how many people that live in the neighborhood say, hey, I didn't even know you guys were here, and we've been here for years. Right? It gets your name out there. It increases your visibility. Right? It gets you the one thing that you need. You need more traffic to make more money, and that's what it does. And we were standing out there on the bay earlier, out there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we have 6 work areas that are out there right now, 3 of them are from the program of cars. Okay, and we've had it out there where all of them were from the program before. But there's always at least a car or 2 in here being worked on. That's because of the program. Always. There's not a day that we don't have somebody from the program getting work done. I mean, I've never seen a day yet where we don't have at least 1 car. Usually, generally, it's at least 2 in there at all times. And it's just the way it is. I mean, like I said, you can do a million things. Well, we all have a budget on how to reach people, whether it's, through the internet, you got your website, you got YellowPages.com, you've got your print ads, you've got your direct mailing, you've got this and that. And I'm here to tell you that first of all, we didn't even spend any money with you. I mean, yeah, okay, we have to assume some of the cost of the oils and everything like that. If every advertising medium was as successful, we'd all be millionaires. I'm telling you, because from what I spend to be in the book, Quest-Dex, Verizon, whatever, what I pay to be on the internet, what I pay for direct mailings, what I pay to be in these local circulars, forget about it. It's nowhere close. I mean, what do you got to lose? You're not coming out with any money out of your pocket initially, and they're bringing people in the door. Now, I could see where people would be hesitant if we had to pay you guys to do the service. I would still do it. But the fact that you're not even paying anything, and the salesman that you have, 99% is good. I've only heard a couple little minor complaints, and those people were bugs anyways. They do a good job. The pamphlet is done very professionally. I mean, you can't argue with it. And like I said, I don't know why a person wouldn't want to do it.
The people that you've been watching on this video have a few things in common. Number one, they're all owners or managers of automotive service facilities, full-service shops that make their living by serving the people in their community. Number two, they have all added dramatic and very positive results to their bottom line through a relationship with our business that provides probably one of the most effective and unique marketing solutions for automotive shops anywhere in the entire world. I invite you to really seriously consider this opportunity for your business to generate hundreds or even thousands of new clients in the next 2 years. Thank you, and make it a great day.